So with the current release of Aquaman, we now have 6 movies in the DCEU. So the real question is, where does Aquaman rank? Where does any of the DCEU movies rank? Well, in this video, I'm going to rank all of the DCEU films. I'm just glad it's only 6 and not 20 like the MCU. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I'm Robert Storms. If you're finding me for the very first time, be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button. That way you guys can stay up to date on all future content here on my channel. So we have 6 films in the DCEU, which makes it really easy to rank. Otherwise, if I was doing an MCU video, I would just do my top 10 because they got so many goddamn movies. I'm not going to rank every goddamn one of them. But Spider-Man Homecoming will always be last on that list. But I digress. So the DCEU, 6 films, Aquaman just currently released. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to rank from my least favorite to my top favorite. And just to let you guys know, this is not going to be a review. I'm not going to review every single film that I'm about to rank here. I'm just going to simply put them in a rank in which I think are the best of the DCEU films, from the least to the favorite. And I'll give like a brief mention like why I put them there. So without further ado, let's get into number 6, which is the Justice League. I think the Justice League just had a lot of problems going on. We know what happened with Zack Snyder. We know what happened with Joss Whedon coming in. I didn't care for that movie. However, I will cut the movie a little slack because I seen some fan edits with scenes from the Justice League with Hans Zimmer's score, and I'll tell you what, you'll be surprised how much a score can make a big difference. I'm a fan of Danny Elfman, but man, I'll tell you what, he did not do this movie any favors. They should have just kept Hans Zimmer, even though I know technically at the time Hans Zimmer retired from superhero films, even though technically now he's coming back and he's doing Wonder Woman 1984. But you know what? Hans Zimmer would have helped this movie out a lot, but unfortunately, he wasn't there, so Justice League had to come in at number 6. Now, number 5, this was something I tossed back and forth with, but I'm gonna have to say Suicide Squad. Originally, Suicide Squad was gonna be my number 4, but the more I thought about it, it has to be number 5, because even though I really enjoyed this movie, I thoroughly enjoyed this film, there is a lot of problems with this movie. So I have to, by default, put it at number 5. I actually loved, Will Smith as Deadshot. I loved the dynamic between him and Rick Flag. Loved Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. But unfortunately, did not like Jared Leto as Joker. Did not like what they did with the villain. The CGI wasn't really that great. The editing in this movie was god-awful. But even though I enjoy the film and I have fun with it, I still go back and watch it today. I just can't put it higher than other films on the list. So, number 5, Suicide Squad. Coming in at number 4 is Aquaman. Yes, this movie is a little bit long. And yes, this movie also has a lot of problems that I swear people just do not want to recognize. It's like, I can point out problems, guys. I promise you, there are problems. You can enjoy the film, but when you see as much movies as I do, I see certain things that you guys might not see. Believe it or not, the critics aren't always wrong. Just saying. So Aquaman, I enjoyed. It is a better put together movie than both Suicide Squad and Justice League. To be honest, I enjoy Suicide Squad much more than Aquaman. But Aquaman is just a better put together film. That's why, by default, I kind of have to go ahead and put it above the other 2. So that's why it comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Man of Steel. This was another one that was jumping around with me. What was I going to put it? Number 3? Number 2? What am I going to... And I'm going to put it at number 3 because my number 2 I like a little bit more. But number 3... Man of Steel, I wasn't a big fan of it at first, but this movie grew on me a lot. I really ended up loving this movie. I really like what Zack Snyder did. Hans Zimmer score, fantastic. Just overall, a solid film. I want that Man of Steel sequel. Where's Man of Steel 2? Where is it? Warner Brothers, I'm looking at you. Coming in at number 2 is Batman v Superman, the ultimate cut. Because there's only one version of this movie. We do not talk about the theatrical cut. That movie is just trash, garbage, not Justice League garbage, but it's still bad. We are talking about strictly Batman v Superman, the ultimate cut, the Zack Snyder version that we should have gotten in theaters before stupid CEOs and executives over at Warner Brothers decided they wanted to butcher his damn film. Batman v Superman, I think, is a fantastic film. Yes, it's a little long, so I don't watch it as often as I want, but I still put it on and I watch certain scenes. I love the last hour of this film. I love the score, the directing, the cinematography, the special effects. I like this movie a lot. Yeah, there's some things in this movie that just doesn't make any sense. We're not going to talk about the Martha scene. That's been talked about to death. But I really enjoy this film a lot. That's why I'm putting it at number 2. And coming in at number 1, I don't think this is a really big surprise, is Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman. She knocked it out of the park. To me, this is the gold standard of the DCEU. This is what you can thrive to be. It's just an overall solid movie. I like it a lot, and I think hopefully the sequel will do just as good, and I hope that other filmmakers that come in the DCEU world actually try to do what Patty Jenkins did with Wonder Woman. I just think it's a great movie. Tugs on your heartstrings. It has such great emotion and character development. Just overall love it. So that is my ranking of the DCEU. I know you guys don't agree with me, but I want to hear what you have to say anyway. Be sure to leave your list in the comment box below. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.